Well, hello everyone and welcome to Star Wars Imperial Assault. This is my review of Jabba's Realm, which I actually just got. Well, so let's go straight into it, shall we? We start off with the rule book, of course, and as we go straight for it, if I open the right page that is, we'll have the components list, which of course is always a good idea, and details of how to actually use this expansion as well. A few notes to make a point about setting up this expansion. It tells you if you're like in the middle of a campaign, don't bother adding any cards. I will say that it might be a good idea to add some, even though it says not to, but I think you can easily do that. Like for example the villain cards and the models to go with them. I think that's something, and we can add the supply cards. Yes, we certainly could. The item cards, I guess that's also a good idea. So that's free already. So yeah, deployment cards, the supply cards, and the item cards. Just put them all in. You know, everything else, of course, can't really be used, so they get to put to one side. Now there are some slight changes to this. Let's turn over the page. Well, we have some of the expansion rules. It's got some of them will have two types of deployment cards. I'm losing my words right now. One is for skirmish and one is for campaign. That's quite interesting. Well, interesting for people who don't know about Imperial Assault. Anyone that has actually played the Imperial Assault and some of the expansions, you already know these already. And we also have some companions as well. These are for your deployment. So your villains could have them, or the rebel heroes could have them. They don't block line of sight. You can move through them. Enemies can move through them freely. Well, yeah. It has all the rules right here. Anyway, we have these skirmish attachments. So attaching that. Right. There's two things for this. One of them is actually the bounty tokens. That is for one of the influence. I think no. Imperial class. That's it. It's for one of the Imperial classes, and that just kind of interacts with these tokens. So each hero will get one of these bounty tokens, and we'll get to it later. One thing is the Rebel upgrade stage. Now, like I said, if you're playing a campaign already, you could just put all the item cards in there anyway, and you don't use that. You use whatever you're using. Now, if you are playing a brand new campaign, I'd recommend using that. This is all about if you have one or more expansions, you don't actually draw 6 item cards for the decks that you're using. In fact, you count how many items there are in that deck before the campaign starts, and then when it comes down to drawing the items, you hand out no, not 6, I'm about to say 6, half of the deck, and that is what's ready to be bought every time. And when I say half the deck, I actually mean straight from the start. So say you've got like I can't remember, let's just go for something that's important. Say 40 tier 1 cards, shop cards, item cards. You will always give 20 item cards out for the heroes to buy. Even after they bought some, you don't lower on how many you give out, it will still be 20 no matter what, which is really nice, I think. Anyway, they've got the 4-player rules of skirmish, which is nice. Team battle or free for all, a few special rules here and there. and then it's just all about rule clarifications. Yeah, I quite like that. Although I do play a lot of games, so some of these rules just like, oh well, it's kind of still the same. So there you have it. If you're very good at playing games, you probably don't need to read the rules clarifications, because they're quite simple from the start anyway. But it's still nice to just have a nice quick read from that. And there you have it. And there you go. The rest of it is literally the Jabba's Realm campaign. I'm not going to go through it because, well, spoilers and all that. When I say go through it, I mean, there you go, that's quite, right, that's enough. And yeah, that's the back of the book. So here we have the skirmish map sheet right here. Just a single page. It's quite nice. Here you have it. And you know, that's how you set it up. And on the back we have another skirmish map. See, there's more of a 4-player. It's quite a big skirmish map. Oh no, it's really big. But hey, I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to be showing you some of these tiles, not all of them, because it's like, come on, don't need to see all of them. So you have all the inside ones, outside. This is a very interesting one on the outside kind of forest area, as it were. Nice little bridge there. Oh, what's that? It's just the Sarlacc. Very, very, very nice indeed. Big tiles, small tiles, some as big as your head. Yep, quite good elevations and all that. Yeah, nice. And here we have the 3 heroes. I wouldn't really call them rebel heroes because they're not really rebels at all. They're just, well, mercenaries really. So we'll start off with Vinto Reader, which has white defense dice, speed 4, endurance 4, 11 health. He starts with Bolt Slinger. After you resolve an attack with a blaster weapon, if the target suffered damage, you may choose another hostile figure in your line of sight and within 3 spaces of you. That figure suffers 1 damage. And Threat and Evil suffer, well, we don't really suffer, you use 1 strain, and use during your activation. Figures do not block line of sight during the activation, which is quite good. I'm going to go ahead and look at just some of these cards, like Pinpoint Shot, exhausts card while attacking with a blaster weapon to remove all damage, defense, surges, evades, and dodge results. Then apply 1 damage to the attack results, and the attack gains weaken. No abilities can modify the results further, which of course is actually not bad, really, not bad at all. And how about this one, which is Battlefield Experience? I don't know if my camera can actually. Well, you know, apply +1 endurance to your hero. Exhaust the card while attacking to reroll 1 attack dice. Good. And how about Rapid Fire? So 1 strain, exhaust this card during your activation. Each hostile figure within 3 spaces and line of sight suffers 1 damage. And the next part is, while attacking with a blaster weapon, you may re-roll all attack and defense dice. Really nice, really nice. And this is his model. Come on, focus a bit more better. That's it. Yeah, he certainly looks like he knows how to shoot. And of course the pose looks really cool as well. Very, 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 very nice. Okay, so next one we have Ona Kamar. So, well, here he has, he's 20 health, endurance of 4, speed 4, 0 defense, but with 20 health, that should be fine. Anyway, right, Rush. When you enter a space adjacent to a small figure, you may push that figure up to 1 space. Limit once per activation. Okay. Power through, you cannot gain harmful conditions, that's good. And when you rest, you recover 2 additional damage. You can only rest once per activation now. So let's have a look at some of his cards. I have, let's say it a bit more. Keep Up, exhaust this card at the end of an activation to gain 1 movement point. Just can't get there quickly and all that. We have Mutual Destruction. While attacking, you may suffer 1 damage to apply +1 damage to the attack results. You also have Exhaust this card when you use Rush. You and the push figure each suffer 1 damage. And how about this one? Don't Make Me Hurt You. Exhaust this card when you declare an attack to add 1 red die to your attack pool. After you resolve an attack, if the target was defeated, you may suffer 1 damage to ready this card. Oh, that's quite nice. And here it is. Here's Owner Kamar. It's a model. Looks alright. I was expecting him to be a little bit bigger, but you know, he's probably the biggest hero out of all the models. I think he was even a little bit more bigger than the Wookiees as well. Only slightly, maybe about the same size. Oh, yeah. Our final hero is Shayla Varad, and well, she has 12 health, 4 endurance, speed of 5, black defense dice. That's really good there. Right, Mandalorian Whip. It's an action, 1 strain to use. Choose a small hostile figure within 3 spaces and line of sight. Push that figure up to 3 spaces to a space adjacent to you. Then perform an attack with a melee weapon, targeting that figure. Right there and then, that's really, really good. Instead of using an action to use some movement just to get too close to an enemy, you could use one of your actions for a strain to make that enemy come to you and attack, and you still have another action left. I mean, awesome. Respite. At the end of your activation, if you are not adjacent to any hostile figures, recover 1 strain. So yeah, there you have it. Mandalorian Whip gets 1 attack. If it's still alive, maybe attack it again, and then hopefully it's dead, and you get your strain back. I mean, that's a really good combo. I like that. Let's have a look at some of her cards. So, All Out Attack. Exhaust this card while attacking with a melee weapon to apply +1 damage and -1 surge to the attack result. Okay, that's fair. That's fair enough. We have Swords Dance. 1 strain. Exhaust this card after you resolve an attack with a melee weapon. Remove 1 die from your attack pool and perform an attack with the same weapon and target. So if you didn't kill it, you can always try that again, you know, just with 1 less dice. Still doesn't cost an action. It's just 1 strain. That's really good, especially if you focus. Please remember, when you focus, it's still 1 dice from the attack pool. Full Sweep. Exhaust this card while attacking with a melee weapon. Again, the attack gains cleave 3 damage, which is quite powerful when it comes down to really knocking down some either powerful characters, something like that. Say you're going to attack a stormtrooper and Darth Vader's right next to him. So you attack the stormtrooper and you do cleave 3 on Darth Vader. I mean, yeah. I mean, come on. You got to. Or it doesn't have to be Darth Vader. It could be any annoyance characters or vehicles. Well, let's have a look at Shyla. Here she is. This is her model. Yeah, she's using her wrist-mounted whip there, and they're about to ready to strike. I like this model. This is quite a good model actually. Really, really nice. We'll come on to the the Imperial class. This is the Hutt Mercenaries class. So I'm going to have a quick look at these. Just some of them. Just like so. We'll start off with focus. No, we don't start with focus. We start with anyway. Wanted Dead. Of course. When no heroes have a bounty token, each hero claims a bounty token. Exhaust this card while a hero with a bounty token is defending to apply +1 damage or +1 surge to the results. When a hero with a bounty token is defeated, discard that token. Okay. We have Vendetta. Exhaust a card while a hero with a bounty token is defending to reroll 1 attack die. While attacking, an Imperial figure can spend 1 surge to ready the card. Okay. That's right. Nice. And Nowhere to Hide. Exhaust this card before an attack targeting a hero with a bounty token is declared. Figures do not block line of sight for this attack, and you gain 1 blue die to the attack pool. Well, there you have it. It's really all about using the bounty on the heroes. Yeah. And there's also other cards that you don't need to have the bounty token there as well, so you get a good variety. We'll come on to the next one, which is Nemesis, the next Imperial class. Well, this one's a little bit special. You see, these two you actually start with. Yeah, you start off with 2 cards. Let's have a look at one of them. Let's just have a look at Inspirational. Right, exhaust a card when a figure declares an attack to choose a villain on the map or reveal a villain in your open or reserved groups. During this attack, non-villain Imperial figures that share a trait with the chosen or revealed villain gain +1 surge and +1 evade. Okay. How about Fearsome Presence? Exhaust a card at the end of your activation. Each rebel figure adjacent to an Imperial figure with a figure cost equal to or greater than the threat level suffers 1 strain for each activation token he has. Well, there you have it. Punishing Force. Choose a card while an Imperial figure is attacking to reroll any number of attack dice. Ready this card at the end of each rebel activation. Okay. Alright, let's go for one more. Here we go. Devastation Legion. Right, Devastating Legion is while a rebel figure within 3 spaces of a villain is defending, you may apply -1 defense or -1 evade to the defense results. There you have it. So it's quite an interesting choice there, especially when you're having 2 class cards. And here we have a whole bunch of deployment cards. So let's go ahead and take a good look at these, shall we? So the Gamorrean Guard have 3 deployment cards. Let's just have a look at the regular, shall we? And reinforcements is 3, but the total is 6, so they have 2 models for their group. They have Reach, -1 damage. Surge for Cleave 1. Gamorrean Honor, while defending during a blaster attack, you may reroll 1 defense die. And Laboured Attack, while attacking you may suffer 1 strain to reroll 1 attack dice. So of course when it comes to strain for these it would be just 1 damage. They have 5 health, speed 4, black defense dice, and 2 red. Well, -1 damage but 2 red. I think that's fine. The Gamorrean Guard Elite, they are 8 and 4. Right, so Reach, Surge, Cleave 2. They do not have -1 damage. Gamorrean Honor Guard, while defending a blaster attack, apply +1 defense to the defense result. Professional, while attacking, you may reroll 1 attack die. 8 health, speed 4, black defense dice, and 2 red. And here we have the Gamorrean Guard. Yeah, there you have it. It's like, looks like a normal Gamorrean. Yeah, great. We'll come up to the Reveiw Pirates. You have 3 deployment cards. Let's have a look at the regular. So 5 and 3. That's quite interesting, isn't it? So +1 accuracy, surge +1 damage, surge +1 accuracy. Radar. While attacking, you may choose 1 die. The player that rolled that die must re-roll that die. So yourself or your target. 4 black dice, 2 green. And the elite of the Reveiw Pirates is +2 accuracy, surge +2 damage, surge pierce 1, surge +2 accuracy. prowl. As an action, you become hidden. Hey, and 6 health, and that's really it. Nothing else changes, which is good. We have the Quai Pirate right there. Okay, so as you can see, the top part, the staff, well, more like sniper rifle, is kind of bent. In fact, most of them were when they came out. In my bag, that is. Which isn't really all that good. It is quite flimsy, which is literally not good at all. I think there was only one good one. This isn't it. But I wanted to show of how bad that this is. You know, it's just like gets curved very easily. So you've gotta be careful of these ones. Next up is the Jet Troopers. So let's have a look. This is the regulars. Right, so 4 and 2. Okay. Mobile, surge plus 1 damage, surge plus 2 accuracy. Agile, while defending, you may convert 1 defense to an invade. That's good actually. And jets. After you resolve an attack, if the target space is within 2 spaces, gain 1 movement point. Okay. 3 health, speed of 4. I'd thought they'd have a little bit more speeder than that. Speeder even a word. I'd have said 5 actually. 5 speed. Anyway, black defense dice, blue and green in attack. Now the elite version, which they have a deployment of 7, cost of 4 of reinforce. Mobile, surge plus 2, surge plus 3 accuracy, agile while defending again, and fly by. When you declare an attack, if the target space is within 2 spaces, add 1 blue die to your attack pool. After the attack resolves, gain 2 movement points, 7 health. Okay. And this is the Jet Trooper. It's a little bit kind of difficult and where it goes, because I actually thought the this bit just goes straight up, but it's not. It's more like a slant, as it were. But yeah, eventually got them in. Okay, so yeah, that's quite nice. Our next one is the Rancor. Hooray! So we have 2. This is the campaign one. Let's have a look at this. It well, has a deployment cost of 10. Yeah, creature, there you go. Massive reach and plus 1 defense. Surge is plus 3 damage. Surge, cleave 2. So as an action throw, push a small figure within 2 spaces up to 2 spaces. Okay. Then that figure suffers 2 damage. Feed. At the start or end of your activation, you may choose another friendly figure within 2 spaces. Recover damage equal to its health minus the damage it has suffered. That figure is defeated, and non-sentient, it cannot interact. So this is quite interesting, and I like how it works. If you didn't quite follow that, it means let's just say you're gonna eat up a jet trooper or something, and the jet trooper only has 1 health. You feed it, it's only going to get 1 health. Otherwise, it will recover 3 health if the jet trooper is a regular jet trooper. So that's quite nice. 15 health, speed of 4, black defense dice, and a melee attack of red, green, green. Wow. What about the skirmish version? Massive reach, plus 2 instead of plus 3. Cleave, plus 2, yeah. Brutality, perform 2 attacks, and each attack must have a different target. Trained. At the start of each round, you may add 1 black die to your defense pool during this round. If you do, lose brutality and non-sentient during this round. Wow. Okay. So that gives you a nice choice right there. Well, I think it's about time that I showed the Rancor. Here it. Oh, jeez. I think I might have to zoom out a bit more. No, that's zooming in. No. Anyway. Right. So this is the Rancor himself. It's quite big, and In fact, I'd say easier to put together than the ATST. Although this one hurts quite a lot because when you're trying to put in the arms, they have these like little spikes, and it's like you're trying to put your thumb in there and you're trying to push in. It's not working. You have to put a lot more pressure. But in order to put a lot more pressure, you have to try and it's just a difficult because it's all spiky everywhere, and it hurts a lot. It really does. It's kind of annoying. Let's have a little comparison. So that's great. That's great. I love it. I absolutely love it. This is probably the one of the real reasons why you want to get Jabba's realm. But I'll get into that a little bit later. We have Captain's Hero, and he has a Surge +2 damage, Surge PS2. So as an action flamethrower, choose a space within 2 spaces. Each other figure on or adjacent to that space suffers 1 damage and 1 strain, then becomes weakened. Mounted at the start of your activation, gain 3 movement points. 13 health, speed 5, black defense dice, blue, green, yellow. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Well, let's have a look at Jabba the Hutt, shall we? Has the campaign and skirmish. So, deployment of 6. Right, bully. A figure of your choice within 3 spaces suffers 3 strain. Execution order. Another mercenary figure of your choice may interrupt a reform attack. Financial incentive. A friendly figure of your choice recovers 2 damage and becomes focus. Plot. Increase the threat by 2. Yes. And Hutt Syndicate. If you are on the map at the end of the mission, the Imperial player may gain 1 influence. 10 health, speed 2, black defense dice, melee attack of a red and green. The skirmish version, well, here we are. So bully is yet again the same. Insensitive, well, just a mercenary figure becomes focus. Scheme, draw 1 command card and order hit, spend 2 victory points. A mercenary figure of your choice may interrupt to perform an attack, then it gains 2 movement points. And when a hostile figure is defeated, gain 1 victory point. There you have it. That's Jabba the Hutt. We have 2 Rebel deployment cards. This is the Alliance Ranger. So 9, 3. Got 3 of them right there. +1 accuracy, Surge +2, damage 1, Surge PS1, Surge +2 accuracy. Guerrilla, after you resolve an attack, if the defender was defeated, become hidden. Sniper, when attacking, if the target space is 5 or more spaces away, you may reroll 1 attack dice. 5 health, speed 4, black defense dice, 2 blue. Wow, that's really interesting. Get a lot of interesting choices with that one. And the last one, we have Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight, deployed of 12. +1 damage, +1 evade. And Surge +1, Surge PS3. Deflect. After a blaster attack targeting you or an adjacent friendly figure resolves, a hostile figure of your choice in your line of sight suffers 1 damage. Heroic. Once during your activation, you may perform an attack without spending an action. 16 health, speed 4, white defense dice, blue, green, and yellow. Wow, that's all of the deployment card. Oh no, wait! We have 3 more mercenary ones. And oh look, it's our heroes. That's why I always call them these ones heroes instead of rebels. Wow, well, I'm not really going to go through all of these ones because, yeah, let's face it, I think going through more skirmish deployment ones could be taking up a little bit more time, and then that's kind of spoiling of what the rest of the class cards do, or most, or, you know, here and there. But let's just say, wow. I really do like that, being mercenaries. You get 3 more supply cards to add to your supply collection, which is not a bad thing, it's a good thing. So you get a droid right there, which is a companion. Have an explosive right there, and we have medical card right there. I'm not going to go for them because, let's face it, don't need to. So here's some item cards. It's just a small pile there, but I'm going to go through 3 of them. This is item 1. This is called hand cannon. So yeah, blaster pistol, 2 red. Yeah, I'll just call them blasters. Forget the word pistol or cannon or anything like that. So +1 accuracy. Right, when you declare an attack with this weapon, you may apply -1 damage and +2 accuracy to the attack. Okay. We have double vibro sword. It's a blade, of course it is. Green and red. Surge cleave 2. Surge PS1. Use 1 strain. After you resolve an attack with this weapon, each adjacent hostile figure suffers 1 damage. It's really good there. And we have a modified energy cannon. Yet again, it's a blaster. Unknown, unknown, unknown. So surge +1 damage and +2 accuracy. Your attack pool with this weapon is your, well, there you have it. It's this right here. It's that right there. You see that? See that? Yeah. And while attacking with this weapon, you may reroll 1 attack dice, just in case. You know. And you have 2 slots. Modified energy cannon. Okay. So there you have it. That's Jabba's Realm expansion. I didn't actually show the command cards or the influence cards. And the reward cards. There's enough to be said anyway. This is actually, I think, is a very good expansion because it doesn't actually feel like in Imperial Assault, because in some ways it's more of a mercenaries and mercenary heroes. That's how it is. It doesn't feel rebel-y nor imperially. Imperially? Okay, I'm gonna copyright that. Imperially. But anyway, it is all about the Rancor, because I mean that's a big model, and it is all about the mercenaries, which really takes a different side to it, and I like that. I like that a lot. Well, anyway, well, there's a lot to be taken in here, and the updated rules as well. I quite like the idea of having, if you have 1 or more expansions, your item deck is actually half to be shown instead of having 6. I like that. Yeah, there's a lot of good things about it. And some of them might just be a little bit but still, hey, that's how it works. I do like this, and I will rate it. Drum roll, please. I've got a drum roll in my head. I don't know if you've got a drum roll in your head, because I don't know if you have. I'm going to give this one... Oh, jeez, what am I going to give this? This is a hard one. I'm going to give it an 8. Give it an 8 out of 10. It is. I really do like Imperial Assault. I'm dreading the day where one of them comes into it and it's just like, ugh, I am really dreading that. But hey, an 8 out of 10 on this is not bad, especially since it kind of takes away to the feel of Rebels and Imperials. However, it's still there, it's just not as much, so that's not a bad thing, you know. It's like just a nice friendly game. Yeah, friendly, that's not the right words. Anyway, thank you very much, until next time, bye.